Okay, I'm starting this episode with a disclaimer because I know that my method is not for everyone, as I know that your method is not for everyone either. Like the things you're going to do are going to be different than the things the photographer next door does, and that's okay. We're all creating businesses that are unique and different and build off our strengths and that's beautiful. Okay. So that's the first thing I want to say. The second thing is that this episode is not for people that do in-person sales. If you are someone who has a session fee and then they come back and they buy prints and all that kind of stuff, then this episode is not for you. If that is working for you, keep doing it. You're doing a great job. I know for a fact that that method will not work with my clients and it is not my style. And I have tried it. I even hired an in-person sales manager at one point in my business. So I have tried it. It doesn't work for me. And so I'm going to talk about my take on print sales, and it's going to be totally different than yours if you're into in-person sales. I don't want to piss you off. I don't want to ruin your day. I don't want to ruin your business. So if that is working for you, turn this episode off and I'll see you again next week. If you're not doing print sales or you want to do it different or better, then keep listening and welcome back to the CEO Photog Club. I'm your host, Kylie, and this is where photographers come for more income, more systems, and more freedom without adding more hustle. Today, we're going to talk about something I honestly think photographers overcomplicate, and that is product sales. Because here's the truth. I do not run my business on print sales. I do not rely on albums to pay my bills. I don't have a low session fee with hopes that I will have all these giant upsells and sell these gallery walls and, sell all these bundles. And I definitely don't want to spend my evenings doing in-person sales appointments. Instead, I price myself to be fully paid for my service and for the digital gallery up front. So all that time that I spend on the session and editing the session is wrapped into my session fee. So everything that happens after delivery, that's just bonus money to me. It's free. It's free bonus money. And that is why I love Pass Premium. I have been a Pass super fan since day one. I will tell you my story about how I found Pass. So back in 2014, I attended UPPI and I fell into what was called the shoot and share photographers. And it was a really life-changing moment for me because I had so many contradicting things when I had looked up photography education, and so many photographers were kind of shaming the people that wanted to just give the CD after or give the USB drive after. And yes, this was before Pass. Okay. So we were literally burning CDs and I didn't have a CD thing in my laptop. So I had to go to the USB bookstore and buy a little CD convert USB thing and plug it in and then burn the CD and then, go deliver it to the client and whatever. Then after that came USBs and you could get your little logo engraved and that was cute and that was fun. But then obviously came galleries. But at the time, I was at WPPI and a lot of the classes were about in-person sales and a lot of photographers in the Facebook groups I were in were into this IPS model. And I felt just really shoot, I'm not doing this right and whatever, but I never felt right about in-person sales. My personality is not very great with sales. I don't know if that surprises you or not. Great with marketing, not good with sales. Trying to force people into buying something. And I know it's not forced. Okay. I'm giving it a bad name, but it just felt cringy and icky and I didn't like it. So I was going to all these different classes and then I found this hallway that was called the Shoot and Share hallway. And there was Caitlin James and Jasmine Starr and, those kinds of people like Matt and Cassie, I can't remember. And I fell in love with this group of photographers and their model. And I finally was okay, this makes sense. And then I found Creative Live. And anyways, I went down this path of these shoot and share photographers. And that's where I was introduced to Pass. So back in the day, I don't know if you knew this, Show It and Pass were actually those owners were the same. And then they split and it became Show It and Pass and those were separate. But I've been a super fan of Show It and Pass since that time. So I have Pass Premium and what I love, I have loved so many things about it. But the first thing I loved is wow, I can deliver my sessions to my clients without having to burn a CD or put it on a USB drive. And they can just download all of the pictures in high resolution in WebRes and it can be on the cloud and it's backed up and I don't have to keep all these extra CDs or extra hard drives of all the images because they're also on the cloud. It was just amazing. So that was my introduction to Pass. So 2014 is 2026. That was 12 years ago. And I had one of the first Pass accounts, I think, and it was the old one. So there was Pass and now there's Pass Plus, Pass Premium, all these things. So the old one was like an app and it was very different. And then Pass Premium happened and everything got better. So let's talk about more why I don't depend on product sales. Years ago, like I said, photographers were taught to have a low session fee and then to upsell everything. Upsell the digital images, upsell the CD, the DVD, the thumbnails, but then also upsell gallery walls and albums and prints for grandparents and parent albums. And you would have these IPS appointments, which stand for in-person sales, and you'd bring them in. So you would have to have this cutesy little office, which I totally created back in the day. This cutesy little office with the gallery wall, of examples. And then you had your little print samples and you had your leather cover samples and you had all of that in your office, and you would take like a $50 session fee and turn it into a $5,000 order. And while that model totally worked for some photographers and still does, I realized I personally wanted simplicity. I wanted to know, if nobody buys a single print, am I still profitable? And the answer should always be yes. This creates so much peace for me, knowing that I can go to a session and edit the session, deliver the session, and I'm paid for that time and that work. So when grandma orders a print, or Aunt Susan buys a graduation announcement for them, or a client orders a canvas, this is all a bonus. It's extra income, and it's not income I'm desperate for or like trying to sell my way to. I don't have to do that. So I remember I did a mentorship with a girl that did IPS, and there's all these spreadsheets and there's like all these sales scripts, and it was too much. So when I did find the shoot and share photographers, I was like, these are my people. This feels simple. This makes sense. I like to go and get paid for what I'm shooting, and then like offer like an additional service if they want prints and help them without feeling like my income relies on it. So the problem that I see with most print sales systems is that most photographers are making print sales way harder, make way more complex, and way more intimidating than they need to be. You think, I have to have a sales call, I have to bring them in for a sales appointment, I have to have all these price lists and all these packages with all these different products, and you need to become a better salesperson, and you need to constantly remind clients and like educate clients and all this. That was the big thing. Educate your clients on the value of prints and bring in the Walmart prints and whatever. And I'm like, you know what? Honestly, people want prints. Families love prints. Grandparents love prints. They just need an easy way to buy them. They want high quality, but they don't need to be guilt tripped or persuaded. It can just be something that's automatic. What I love about Pass Premium is that it takes that scary job of selling to my clients and it makes it automatic, and it removes all the friction. I simply upload my photos and select that this is a family gallery or this is a wedding gallery, and that is attached to different templates that then turn on in my gallery as soon as I send it. So then I upload them, I sort them how I want to, I add my favorites to a highlights folder, I make it beautiful, and I'm just, sending that gallery off to the client, showing them their awesome pictures. And then as soon as I hit send, not only are they getting their gallery, but then they're getting put into an automated flow of a system that sells prints to them and serves them in additional ways. Because here's the thing, most of our clients are printing their photos somewhere. How many times have you gotten a text from a client? Where should I print my pictures? What's the best way to print pictures? This is like an easy way to just give an extra service to them. So they get their gallery, and then throughout that next week, they're getting emails that are like, here's a reminder, here's this coupon for early bird discount, here's, why we love this, whatever. And it's all automated. They already have the templates built in. I didn't write the templates. And then I just get to send the gallery and say, oh my gosh, I just sent your gallery, you're amazing. And Pass does the rest. Like, I'm not doing anything. No awkward sales calls, no chasing clients, no writing emails to them about why they should print with me, no designing custom orders, no extra work. Pass is just working in the background, selling print orders, selling albums, selling slideshows, selling announcements, selling Christmas cards. Like, it's so simple. And here's the thing, fall is print season. Fall is one of the best seasons for product sales because what's happening is we have fall family pictures. We have Christmas cards getting ready. We have weddings happening. We are gearing up for gift season. People love to give photos as gifts. And there's so many options in the back end of Pass. You can turn on ornaments. You can turn on Christmas cards. You can turn on albums, photo books. There's so many different things you can turn on and just watch people buy they're beautiful pictures that you took for them and hang them on the wall. And that's like the goal, right? Like we're not just taking pictures for them to live on a phone. And so it takes your goal of taking beautiful pictures and serving your clients and just takes it to the next level without having to like sell at all. Like it's all automatic. The opportunity is already there because they literally hired you for pictures so they could go on their wall. Like that's X to Y, right? Like we stop at X, but like the point is they're getting them on their wall. And we stop before they get them on their wall. The opportunity is there. You don't have to convince people that they want to print these. Like they already are going to print them. And so it just gives them a way to order them easily from a beautiful professional gallery instead of going to Walmart because that's the only print gallery they know. Photographers miss so much opportunity to serve their clients and opportunity to make money because they're delivering galleries and then completely disappearing. So instead, make sure you're using these automations that are already built into your gallery system. When you send your first email, instead of just saying like, "Oh my gosh, I love taking your pictures. That was amazing." Say, "Your pictures are ready. I had so much fun. That was amazing." And don't forget that you can actually order prints from a professional lab directly from the gallery link. It makes ordering prints and gifts super easy. And then a week later, you can say, "Grandparents like love these images. If you'd like gifts or wall art, your gallery shop is open and that early bird coupon is still going. Make sure to check it out." And then it doesn't stop there. Think about in the holiday season. Last year around Black Friday, I went back into Press Premium and I turned on a holiday campaign for all of our 2025 galleries. And I turned it on and did a sell, and I accidentally messed up a little bit and discounted it so much that I actually made no money, but that's okay because I served my clients. And next year I could do it better. But we turn on their holiday campaign. It turns on a sale for them. And then they order all their gifts for all their family. And they're doing canvases and multiple prints for multiple people. And it's an easy way to serve them again and remind them, one, they have pictures. Two, they haven't got them printed. Three, it's a great gift. And shop with our professional lab because it's going to give you the highest quality. You could also turn on a back to school campaign. Hey, instead of doing school pictures, you can print your kids' pictures through our lab, print some wallets, and take them to grandparents. Super easy. So these are ways that you can simply serve your clients. It's all automated in Pass, so you can set up these different gallery templates and then just turn play on and select the galleries you want it to go to. And it will send reminders. It will send emails. It'll pull up banners on your actual like Pass galleries and like little like reminders throughout the gallery as they're scrolling. No pressure, just helpful. And it really will change the way you serve your clients and your bank account at the same time. So what you need to do to make this happen is you need to go into Pass Premium. And if you don't have an account, I have 3 months free of Pass Premium in the link below. You're going to use my name as the referral code and it will give you 3 months of Pass Premium. And then you're going to go in, you're going to set your store pricing. You get to pick which lab you use. So if you have a preference, a lab you already use, it might already be there. Like we love Kiss albums. That's who we prefer for albums. It's already built into Pass. There's a bunch of different labs and they all have different offerings. So first go through the list and figure out which lab you want to use. And I would suggest you just using like one different one for prints, one for albums, and not trying to turn on all albums and stuff like that. Then you need to set your pricing. And they make it really easy because they have the pricing that you're going to pay as a wholesaler, because as photographers, we get like a wholesale price. And then they have a markup price. So you can sell it for, so you're making $0 or upcharge like 100%, 200%. Like you can put it in there, the percentage, and it will adjust everything to that rate. And then you need to deselect what you don't want to sell and create that for each thing. So if you have a different pricing for weddings versus families, like for us with weddings, we've created packages. So we have like our starter package that's like just prints and like a little album, all the way up to like an heirloom that has like all the prints that they would want and a huge album. And we have these signature packages that pop up at the top of their print cells. So when they are going to do an order, instead of like a la carte, they can just pick on a package that like works for them. So that's really awesome. So you're going to set up your gallery templates. You're going to go through the emails, make sure it sounds like you, and make sure your favorite products are featured, include albums, wall art, canvases, all that kind of stuff. Make sure the emails are ready to go. And then all you have to do is turn them on. So for us, we automatically turn on our automated emails when we deliver a gallery for the first time. And that includes a 10% early bird discount. which just is a great way to serve our clients. Then I have reminders in my calendar to turn on different sales campaigns throughout the year. So Mother's Day is a good time, Father's Day is a good time, and of course the holidays, Christmas, Black Friday, that kind of stuff. And you can turn on those campaigns and it will email all those people, not just the people, the clients you put on there, but I think it also emails anyone who's put their email into the gallery. And then it just brings in more sales. So you get to forget about it. And it's a system that's just generating income while you're literally sleeping. A couple other things we're using Past Premium for that I want to mention that are really, really incredible is one, upgrading galleries. So let's say you do a mini session and it includes 20 images and you took 50. Instead of just giving them the 50, you can turn on, like, I only want them to download 25 images. And then they have an option to upgrade either individually, like each additional image is 25 or 50 or whatever, or they can upgrade the entire gallery for 250 or whatever. So we use this for commercials sometimes when it's limited to like 20 pictures. I've had people use it for micros, minis, that kind of thing. Another thing we do is we sell our digitals from unpaid events. So I think I gave this example for preschool in another episode. I'll give an example for Friday Night Lights. So we were the photographers for Friday Night Lights. And an example of how you can use this, if I went and I took my camera and I'm the photographer for that event. So if I was taking pictures throughout the different games and then I uploaded them and had her send them out and say, like, here's a gallery and it's like all watermarked and they see their kid, they can just buy like 1 digital or 2 digitals or 3 digitals. And then you can have different packages for different prices. But it's amazing because you can be at like your kid's sporting event, or you can take pictures of a preschool and like, oh, 10 kids prepaid, but 10 kids didn't, but they still need their picture taken for the yearbook or whatever. You can then upsell to those parents later and have your watermark on it, and then they can buy just like single digitals or the whole gallery. And it's just really amazing way to make some extra money in places that you didn't think that you were going to get paid. So it's awesome. So overall, I just want to talk about how and why Pass fits my personality. I love businesses that continue to work when I'm not. And Pass feels like that. I don't want another thing on my to-do list. I don't want more meetings. I don't want to manually create products and album designs and all that kind of stuff. I used to do that. And I don't want that. I want automation. I want simplicity. I want to deliver a beautiful client experience while making extra income in the background, and Pass Premium gives me all of that. Product sales are really just the cherry on top. I think photographers put so much pressure on themselves, and your session fee should just already make sense. Your business should already be profitable, and then product sales become fun and not stressful and not required. And it's just a bonus money, free money, and it's the best kind of money if you ask me. I love free money. So if you're wanting to add passive income to your photography business without adding more hours, Pass Premium is one of my absolute favorite tools. Again, I have a link in the show notes for 3 months free. It's simple, it's beautiful, and it allows your galleries to keep working long after you delivered them, because that is the goal. So you can download Pass Premium for 3 months, use these methods we talked about here to pay for it for the rest of the year, and build a business that doesn't require you to do everything manually and make money while you're sleeping. Thanks for hanging out with me today. And remember, booked isn't lucky, it's built. See you next week. The meeting is now adjourned.